So, um, in this lesson, we'll look at how to use and understand the entire keyboard, because as a piano player, you never want to get restricted into one space. Okay, so we'll talk more about that. But by understanding the keyboard will enhance your style and playing, and also if you'll know the difference between a upright acoustic piano, you know, which has the hammer strings, opposed to electric keyboard. Now, mostly in gospel music these days, they have people play more keyboards. You hear on the records and stuff, they're playing more keyboards. But back in the day when like Edwin Hawkins and them, you heard acoustic pianos, you know, in the 80s and 90s. Most churches don't even have you know, pianos in them no more. You know, they have just mainly keyboards, you know, because it's portable, it's easier, you know, you don't have to call nobody to tune it, you know. So, but the concert grand piano, this is used mostly with concert orchestras and big stage events. This piano is usually 9 feet long. That's the big, long piano where the top is open. You can open the top. And you find these pianos like in Carnegie Hall and these big halls. These pianos run well over $100,000. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said they had a Steinway piano for going for sale for $2 million.
Yes.
Steinway is one of the top brands when it comes to concert grand pianos. You know, every time I go to Fox, I have a ball in there just playing. You know, I like one day I get one.
They be listening.
Yeah, yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
So they on Dorchester Road now.
They're on Dorchester Road, real nice. This one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this studio is real. I mean, this shop they got now is real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got way more space to put all the pianos out on the floor.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So the next one is the baby grand. The baby grand piano is usually used mostly in recording studios, piano studios, and in homes. This baby grand is usually 5 feet long, so it's a little shorter, and it's actually affordable. You know, you can get one from $1,000 to about $10,000 for a used one. You know, if you want a brand new one, then you know you're gonna pay $40,000-$50,000. But a lot of people are selling them now. So you know,
out of their homes.
Out of their homes. I'm looking to get one soon. For here, I want to get an organ first. That's my next thing. But the next one is the upright piano. We hardly see these anymore, but it's used mostly in practice studios, churches, and homes for practice. This piano stands upright, so it stands upright, and you can open the top as well. Now, back in the day, they had it in a lot of churches where you could you know, that was the main instrument, that upright piano. You know. Now the last one is the electric keyboard. This is used mostly in recording studios, churches, big stage homes for practice. This keyboard runs by power, and the sounds are sampled through MIDI files. So some of the top brands are Yamaha, Korg, and Roland. Okay, so with this type of keyboard, like I said before, it has to run by power. And this is where most churches are going to. You know, you look and they have a keyboard. You know, they might have 1 or 2 keyboards, because once again, you don't have to tune it. It requires less maintenance, and it actually, if you take care of it, it'll last a very long time.
So which is the most expensive out of the 3? The Roland?
Well, so this is how it is. They have top of the line. You know, it's like a car. They have you have your luxury cars, and then you got your mid-level cars, and then you got your bottom level cars. You know, so that's how you know the keyboards are. The top of the lines, they can run anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000.
Wow.
Mid-level from anywhere from $35,000 to $4,000, and then the lower level keyboards, like the ones I got around there for the kids, you know, you can get one for like $300 or $400. And then also, that's a good question. Also, it depends on the size. The longer the keyboard, the more you're gonna pay. So you're gonna pay for an 88 it'll be more for an 88 keyboard opposed to a 61 keyboard. Right. Okay. But the brands make the type of keyboard that you buy. It matters because you know the brand name keyboards are going to give you a better sound, overall sound. You know, so a rule of thumb: the more it costs, the better it sounds. You know, it's almost like a Mercedes Benz. A Mercedes Benz is about $50,000 to $60,000, but they'll last a very long time. Because my grandma, she had her car since '89. You know, so that's about 30 some years. You know,
She still
you
uses
still use it. It still run. She got well over 300,000 miles on it, and you know, so it built to last. You know, opposed to Mitsubishi or something, or a Honda or something. Well, Hondas last long too, but you know, another car that maybe costs about $12,000. You know, it's not gonna last that long. But you know, so the same thing with the keyboard. The more expensive ones, you know, they'll last you for a pretty long time.
Now, normally, these you can just take home and plug up, or you got add some stuff to it. Because you can amplify it. You
Right.
can add stuff to it.
Right, you can add stuff to it.
But basically, you can take it home and just plug it in,
Right.
and it'll play.
Right.
See, I thought even with the keyboard, you had to get everything hooked up to it for the sound to come out. No,
Right. No.
No,
You
you
just
don't.
plug it in.
just plug it in.
Just plug it in, and you know, you can go from there. Just plug it in, and then it'll play. Yes, ma'am. So the concert and grand piano have 88 keys total. Okay. Keyboards can have 88 full size, 76 mid size, and 61 small size. Okay. So 88 keys a keyboard come in. 76. This is 76 keys right here. Okay. This is 88 keys. And
This is 88.
that's 88 keys, right?
Really?
And this one right over here, that's 61 keys.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see the size difference.
And this is an 88 keyboard.
That's 88 keyboard,
Wow.
right? And the only thing is, you know, it's basically what the player wants. You know, if you're a player that likes to go up high on the keyboard, then you know you can get more keys. You know, you need to get a full size piano. Now, most people use those small 61 keyboards to run like playing like solos on top, and they'll just play the chords on the bottom, and then just play the solos or improvise with like synthesizer sounds, different
And a lot
sizes.
of them got the chords built in it. You
Right.
Just push a button.
Right.
Stuff.
Yeah, that as well. You can set it like that. So as a pianist or a keyboardist, you want to get familiar and use the entire piano or keyboard. Okay. So you don't want to just stay in one region, because it almost keeps you like in a box. Okay. So you want to use the entire keyboard when you're playing. Okay. That's very, very important in using the entire keyboard. Okay. The piano and keyboard are separated into what we call low, middle, and high. So what you want to do is to get familiarized with how the low sound, bottom of the keyboard sounds, the middle, and then the high. Okay. The middle of the piano and keyboard is where middle C is located. Chords are usually played in this part of the piano and keyboard. Okay, this is usually where people play the chords at on this part. The high end of the piano is where a lot of piano players love to solo and improvise. Okay, that's when they improvise up top and play like the chords on the bottom. Okay, because it's more higher. But you don't want to still. However, I recommend getting familiar and using the entire keyboard when playing, and avoiding trying to stay in one region of the keyboard or piano. Have fun and explore. This is your journey, so explore. So, if you want to do a solo in your bass, in your left hand, do it there. If you're going to do it in the middle, there's no set rules. That's what I'm saying. There's really no set rules, It's what you feel. is what you feel. So don't be afraid to try to get out the box. You know, although we may, you know, say, you know, the song calls from here, but you just don't want to stay there the whole time. Okay. Now, the importance of using the correct fingering. It is very imperative that you use the correct fingering when playing the keyboard or piano. Concert pianists that are trained or required to use the correct fingering in pieces, because this helps the player to learn the given piece faster in memorizing the songs. Now, when I was in college, it was required that they had like fingering on the music, and I had to, you know, memorize the fingering so that, matter of fact, I had to learn the fingering first before I learned the piece, because learn the correct fingering, because if I didn't learn the correct fingering, then that would mess me up. It would have slow. If I'd have gone on just try to play the piece on any fingering, eventually I would have come to a point where I would stumble because I'm using the wrong fingering. Like example, like C major scale. We know C, C, D, E, thumb under, F, G, A, B, C, right? Now, if I try to do this with my second finger starting, see, by the time I get to F, I messed up. There is no way I'm able to do that at this rate. Not with my second finger. See, it's already jumbled. So the correct fingering matters. What fingering you use matters, okay? To certain things, especially scales. You know, you want to stick to what the scale is calling for that correct fingering, okay? So you can play it smoothly. So when it comes to the keyboard players, I recommend you find a fingering that works best for you, okay? Because, you know, you're not necessarily being classically trained, but it's what I can give you a suggested fingering, but everybody's hands are different sizes, okay? So the fingering I may give you may not work, but you want to find your own fingering, because or try the fingering, the suggested fingering, but if that doesn't work, then try something else, okay? Because if you're trying to play a rhythm or something and you're off beat, it could be the fingering, okay? So try another fingering that works for you, okay? Another reason is the player will be able to play more fluently and with great ease, okay? So you'll be able to play more fluently, okay? Fluently going up and down the keyboard with ease, okay? And that's the whole thing that you want to create, ease through your fingers, okay? Now, start by figuring out which fingering you want to use for the given piece. This could be classical or non-classical piece. Which fingering works best, okay? So that's what you want to figure out. Which fingering works best for this given piece, okay? All right, that makes sense? Okay, all right, now. Music written for today has suggested fingering. If you take time to study the suggested fingering, this will save you a lot of time and effort. Trust the expert. Now, this goes back to classical pieces, okay? Because these people then played it through and through, and they know the best fingering. So if you ever playing a classical piece, then, you know, use that correct fingering, okay? Use the suggested fingering. Now, another tip is to always have a pencil handy to write down a suggested fingering for your given pieces. Even in what we're studying with the gospel, okay? Have that correct fingering, okay? Well, identify the fingering that you want to use, okay? The 5 fingering position is a great start. Start with your thumb on middle C and let the other fingers follow suit. Your pinky should be on the C below middle C. Your pinky should be on the C below middle C for placement. That's with your left hand, though, okay? All right. Your pinky starts with your left hand and the 5 fingers, okay? And your right hand with your thumb, okay? Now, any questions on that? Okay. Now, another thing, last point, strengthening your fingers. Here's some practical tips in strengthening your weak fingers. First things first, like any good professional sports player, strengthening their muscles as a piano player, you must strengthen your fingers, okay? You all right? because these are muscles, okay? So we got to strengthen our fingers as well, okay? Why do you want to strengthen your fingers? You will want to strengthen your fingers for greater flexibility, okay? Dexterity, okay? Be able to play with both hands, okay, fluently, and coordination, okay? Because the left hand might be doing something and the right hand be doing something different. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that song, Lean on Me, right? Okay? The left hand is doing the bass, the left hand is doing something, and the right hand is doing something different. So you need coordination. You know, and the reason why some people lack coordination because their fingers are is not as strong. Okay, all right. So as you continue to strengthen your fingers, you will notice that you can play songs faster, have a greater appreciation for the song, and feel more confident in playing the song. Okay, because you would not have to worry about fingering. So for example, if I'm playing the C chord, I know the fingering for this page here. F. See, my fingers automatically go to it. I don't have to look at it. And another thing is, you want to be able to play it evenly. Okay, so like this. See how evenly that is? Okay? Because, you know, it comes with playing it over and over, but also the strength of your fingers as well. Okay? You want each note to be balanced. Okay? You, like, for example, you don't want to, if you're doing a run, you don't want it to be sloppy. See that? You want it each note to be heard. See? Because remember what we talked about first, music is a language. So just as you are speaking and you want to get your message across when you're talking to someone, you want to get this passage right here, this language communicated to the listener. I mean, every note needs to be heard. Okay, make sense? Okay, all right. So generally speaking, the fourth and fifth fingers are the weakest. Okay, that's usually our weakest fingers. The fourth finger and the finger, which means our ring finger and our pinky are usually our weakest fingers. Okay. Now, when it comes to piano, remain patient and work on strengthening these fingers in particular. The more you play various types of songs, okay, for example, fast songs, slow songs, medium songs, what's happening? The more you play the piano, guess what? The more your fingers is being strengthened. So that's why it's important to play 2 or 3, 4 songs. Try to get up to playing songs back to back. Okay, 4 songs back to back for like 20 minutes every day, and then watch how your finger speed, your fingers begin to get more strengthened. Developing dexterity in both hands is essential in becoming a proficient piano or keyboard player. Now, to wrap it up, below are some things that you can do to strengthen your fingers. I recommend doing these daily to see improvement. The first thing is scales, okay? C, E, G, arpeggio scales, okay? C, E, G. Let's try that real quick, okay? Let's try it on the keyboard. All right. All we want to do, we're going to do C, E, and G. And we're going to do it at 60 on our metronome.
One finger, 2 fingers.
Both hands. Both hands. Okay. Can you do both hands? All right. Let me find a metronome. So we're gonna play C, E, and G.
C, E, and G.
Just C, E, G. C, E, G. Right. Bum, bum, bum. Right. 1, 2. So we're gonna do it on the quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. Right to that tempo. Go. 1, 2, 3. Right. Both hands. Come on. 1, 2, 3. See, that's developing coordination. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, makes sense. What we're going to do now, we're going to speed it up to 80, 100. Still the quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Good. Do that 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, speed of 120. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go. Good. Keep it. There you go. Come on. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Keep it up. C, E, G, 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 C, E, G. There you go, C. C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G. 3 more. There you go. Good. 5 more. 3 more. Last one. Good. Stop right there. Good. Now, do you feel that?
Yes.
Okay? So I want you working on that every day, okay? That'll be one of your assignments, okay? Okay, and what you're gonna feel, what's gonna happen, eventually you'll be able to do it quicker right here. One, you do the eighth notes. 1, 2. Okay? Okay, you'll be able to do that. Now, one thing that we had to do in college, we had to do this one where we had to do it for 20 minutes. So just imagine that. Do this for 20 minutes. Non-stop. We had to do back and back to back for 20 minutes playing that repertoire. So that definitely helped strengthen our fingers. Okay, now the next thing that you can do is stretching. Okay, you can stretch your hands out. Okay, you can massage your fingers. Okay, and just stretch them out. Get that stretch. Stretch your fingers out like that till you feel the pull, and then back in, and then out. Hold it for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and close. Okay. And then you do it one more time. Ready, go. Open. Hold it out. Stretch it for 10 seconds. 1, 2. Get a good stretch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. Make the fist. Open out. Here we go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now shake it out. Right here. Just shake it. Yeah, loosely. Just let your wrist do the work. Okay. Good. Good. Now, that's going to help, stretch your muscles, okay? So that you'll be able to do it. Now, work with your weaker fingers. Your weaker fingers may not be the 4th and 5th finger. Which finger would you say is your weakest finger?
My 5th.
Your 5th finger, okay? So what you would do is work that 5th finger. Is that in both hands, the pinky?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So what you would do, you do exercise on that pinky. Find a note and just go up and down 20 times. Okay? Till we can get the strength build up in that particular finger. Okay? What would you say your weakest finger? Which one? The 4th finger, your ring finger. Okay, so you see, and that proves it. What we said. Most people weak fingers are the 4th and the 5th finger. Okay, right? And that's mine too, the 4th and the 5th. You know, so that's fingers that that we have to constantly build strength in. Okay, all right. Now, play in various keys and tempos. That's another thing. You know, you can play in various keys as well. Okay, learn to play in different keys. Okay, that'll help as well. Okay, all right. Any other questions on that? So you got your scales, right? You get the little C, E, G. I want you to do that for your. I feel my hands already loosen up already. My fingers. All right. Right. The C, E, G. Okay. All right. Good. Now let's jump into this song here.